Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
The default sizes for frames in a frames page are simply guidelines. You can click and drag the borders of a frames page to change the sizes of the frames and make them as wide or as narrow as necessary. You can also set the resizing options for frames so that visitors may or may not change the sizes in their browser windows. If you'd like to view the properties of a frame, right-click the frame whose properties you'd like to see, and then click Frame Properties. In the Frame Properties dialog box, in the top field, you can give this frame a name. This frame is sort of like a nickname, and it allows you to make references to that frame for targeting links, which we'll cover later in this lesson. Then, if you need to change the initial page, you can simply click the Browse button and select a new page. You can enter a long description that will be read by screen readers if you'd like, and you can give the page a title. In the frame size section, you can set the parameters for the frame size as a number of pixels or as a percentage of the page to cover. To do this, enter a number into the width or row height field, depending on what type of frame this is, either horizontal or vertical, and then select either pixels, percent, or relative in the drop-down to the right. If you select relative, the value that you type into the width field will not matter. The relative option sets the dimensions of the page in relation to other pages or frames around it. So if you decided the main area of the frames page was going to be 570 pixels wide, for example, you could then make the far left frame with the links in it relative, so that it would just fill up the rest of the page. For this example, I'll make this one 128 pixels wide. In the margins section, you can enter a number in pixels that you want to set for the height and width of the margins of a frame. Margins are, of course, the amount of space between the edges of the frame and the content. This setting is similar to cell padding in a table. If you've set the size of a frame, it's worth noting that unless you remove the checkbox from the Resizable in Browser field, the frames that you set will be fully resizable by your visitors. Removing this checkmark will remove the ability of the visitor to resize the frames in their browser window. You can also select an option for when to show scroll bars. You can select If Needed, Never, and Always. When you're finished here, click OK.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.